Okay, so always be careful because you've got like a little footpath here. When you turn left, I'd signal left. That was a bit of a late signal, probably signal. Whilst I'm still inside the test centre. Okay. So we're turning right up here now. Turn that signal off, check my mirrors. Signal right. Have a look. Nobody's coming in second gear. Go right the way around the roundabout here. No need for an exit signal. Okay, so it's a 30-mile-an-hour road. Get it in third gear. Bit of a hill, but it should be okay in third gear. I'm leaving the cars on my left 1 meter. Check my mirror, bring it back over again. Okay, now with these speed humps, you want to make sure. So a lot of my students, what they tend to do is they tend to sort of give me whiplash. Go over the middle, just like that. Now I saw that it was safe. That's why I used the right speed hump there. Apart from that, you want to be using the left one or the middle, just depending on obviously where the parked car is. So check my mirror again, no one's overtaking. I'm in second gear currently. Okay, now I'm going to go back up into third gear. I'll turn the volume off there. There we go. Okay, so overtaking this parked car, leaving 1 meter. And then at the end of the road, I'm turning left. Okay, now as you can see, the traffic lights up in the distance. Now, examiners tend not to say anything here because on the lights themselves, it says left only. So you've got to be able to see that and then know that you're only going left. Now, there's not a need for signal here because there's only one option. You can only go left. So I'm getting in second gear because the learner ahead of me is going quite slow. Understandably so, because obviously the road works and whatnot. It is a 40-mile-an-hour road, although I wouldn't recommend anyone go to 40 miles an hour because of the road works. Not here anyway. A bit further down, and that's fine. So here the road works end. You can see the sign of the distance. So I'm starting to build a bit of speed, but I am going to be going right somewhere, which is further up. So I'm going to build my speed up, check my mirrors. No one's overtaking me. Signal, move it over to the right lane, get it up to 40. Now somebody's crossing, it's quite fast, somebody's coming into my lane. So I'm ease off my gas, I'm just favoring the brake slightly. Okay, now back on the gas because it's gone back into his own lane. And we're continuing ahead in fourth gear, doing 38, 39 miles an hour. There's still some more cars that I can possibly overtake because it doesn't seem like they're doing 40 miles an hour. So we're keeping this lane from now. Okay, he's pulling away from me, so I'm going to check my mirrors, signal, back into the left lane again. Okay, now, and obviously like I said before, this is a typical route, okay, for South Yardley. It's kind of quiet, everyone's at work. So we're going to go right further up. Bit of a hill, so I'm going to give it a bit of gas just to keep myself at 40. I'm turning right up ahead now. So I'm checking my mirrors. I know it's safe to go into the right lane now, so I'd rather go into the right lane now than wait until I'm closer to my right turn and then get stuck in the middle lane. Because there's a whole bunch of horrible people that will see a learner and then not give them away. Check my mirror signal again because I'm turning right just to hear the lights. And I'm aiming to get into this new lane as early as possible. Clutch has come down, rolling first, and I'm going to turn my signal off because I don't need it here. It's a lane that goes right anyway, and I'm going to stop just here where I can see the tyres and tarmac of the car ahead of me. Lights are red, I'm just going to put it into neutral, handbrake on and just relax my legs, relax my feet. And I always recommend people do that when you're in your test because sometimes, obviously if you know that the red lights can remain red for a long time, then do this just to sort of ease the tension from your legs and as a result ease the tension from your brain and your head, because I know it gets quite nerve-wracking on a test. So just chill here without being in gear. Just make sure your handbrake's on though, because if your handbrake's off and you let go of your brake, your foot brake, you'll end up rolling. Now he's rolling forward slightly. There's not really much of a reason for me to sort of get up close behind him, although there's a bit more room now. If there's a lot of cars behind me, then I would have, but there's only one car and he's already in our lane anyway, so I don't mind so much. Now a lot of people said to me, make videos like this, but this is the time where this is the sort of thing that I was ready whereby I'm just sitting here dead silent. I mean, there's a couple of things I could talk about, like obviously these are filter lights and whatnot, but I'm guessing if you're watching routes and somebody driving, doing a commentary drive, I'm guessing you know that these are filter lights. Okay, they turned amber, so I'm gonna get it the first gear. The cars ahead of me are gonna move off, so I'm just gonna sort of start rolling now. So my car's had an e-brake, electronic handbrake, so I don't need to worry about all of that stuff, which makes life a lot easier for a learner. Okay, alright, turn checking my road. There's a bit of traffic in my road up ahead just because there is parked cars on the left, so I'm gonna keep my speed nice and slow. Keep it in second gear, let the car do the work, let the car roll. A lot of these modern cars, they won't stall if you let go of all the pedals. The car will sort of just pull you at a convenient speed for the gear that you're in. Now I'm going to keep driving up ahead. I'm going to keep my distance, 2 seconds. As soon as I see his brake lights, I'm going to come off my gas and maybe think about using my own. And they're pulling away from me again, so I'm going to continue doing what I'm doing. Back on the gas, get it in the third gear. Now a lot of people tend to ask me, a lot of my learners, when do you get it in third gear? Now, if you're looking at it in terms of miles per hour, I'll probably say around 18, 19. What the hell? Did they not realise they're driving with the door open? Or unless the driver's farted and his missus has just left the door open just to... Well, then again, they are windows, woman. I was going to say something there, but okay, I'm turning right, check my mirrors, signal right, it's third exit. I'm going to slow it down, clutch down in a second. I'm going to keep my clutch down because I don't know whether I can go or stop. So I'm having to stop here, so I'm going to go back to first gear. That's my blocker, find my bike, give it some gas, continue going. Into second gear, check my mirrors, signal left. And now the signal should come off itself. Check my mirror, no one's overtaking me in case it's not coming off, so I'm going to turn it off. Hit the third gear. It's a bit of a hill, so depending on the car that you're driving, you might want to keep it in second for a little longer. Okay, so my car's quite good in second gear, it pull away and it will maintain its speed even in third gear. Although fourth gear seems to be a bit of an issue sometimes. I've got to get it back into third again. So it all depends. Now I'm going to go into fourth now because I'm doing quite close to 30. And I'd always recommend going into fourth when you need. And I've taken on a lot of students whereby they don't get into fourth gear. Whenever I ask them, they say, oh, my instructor told me never to go into fourth unless you're doing like 50, 60 miles an hour. Yeah. Your instructor probably needs an instructor. Check my mirror, signal left, I'm going first exit on the roundabout. Into second gear, keep my clutch down, I'm looking, yeah, I'm slowing down a little bit more, just so that I don't get the uncomfortable bounce when you come off the clutch. Brake, clutch back down again, rolling first. I'm keeping my eye on the lights. I'm not stopped too close, so I'm not having to crack my neck, break my neck as I'm looking at the lights. The lights have turned amber, I'm starting to move, green, I'm gone. So yeah, what was I talking about? There was something important. Yeah, about gears. So make sure you're changing gears. So if you're looking at third gear, from second to third, you're thinking, okay, well, possibly 18, 19 on a flat surface. If you're going if you're going uphill and it's quite a steep climb, I'll probably keep it up until about 22, 23. It just depends. I don't really focus on the numbers myself, so I can't really give you an exact number. But what you can do is listen out for the sound of the engine, because the car's never wrong. Remember that. Unless you're driving a French car. If it's a German or if it's a Japanese car, then the car's never wrong. So listen out for the sound of the engine. I'm turning right here, so I'm going to check my mirrors, signal right, using my brake, and I'm going to go for second gear now. So clutch into second, start easing off the clutch as I'm turning, and back on the gas. Tight road, priority is ours. So I'm going to continue going, he's stopping for me anyway. I'm just going to wave at him. And I'm going to keep it quite slow, keep it in second gear because it's quite narrow and the speed ups. At the end of the road we're going to be turning right, and I can make out the giveaway at the end of the road. I can see the giveaway sign, so I know where the giveaway is. So I'm checking my mirrors. Yeah, quite safe, nobody's directly behind me, and I'm going to give a signal now. As I'm getting closer to the giveaway, the slower I'm sort of getting. I'm off the gas, the car's doing the work in second, clutch down and brake, come to a stop, match my mirror with the giveaway, have a look both ways. Seems safe. I'm going to lean off because there's a bit of bend on my right. Yeah, seems safe, and I'm going to start turning now, ensuring that I'm in the middle of my lane. I'm turning left up ahead. It's not this first left, it's the one coming up after. So I'm checking my mirrors, signal now, keeping it in second because obviously I'm turning left now, down Barrows Lane. Looking into the road as I'm turning, following the curb around. Nobody's around me, start picking up a bit of speed now. Bit of a bend, so I'm not going to pick up too much, but I'm going to go into third gear because the car's asking me to. How do I know the car's asking me to? Because I can hear it. I can hear the engine. So when the engine goes, that means you're going up a gear. When it starts rattling and doing all sorts of funny business, you know it's asking you to go down again. I'm going to bring it back over to my left. There we go. Bending the road, I'm looking around, I can see one Puma coming towards me, then an Audi. It's quite tight, so I'm just going to use my brake and come to a stop about here. There's not enough room for all of us. I'm not signalling on because it's not going to confuse anyone, but he's going to let people know behind me and around me that I'm going to overtake. I'm going one door length because I can. Bring my speed up a little, second gear. Check my mirror, bring it back over to the left and accommodate anyone coming down the opposite side of the road. Accommodate meaning bringing it over more to the left than I normally would, because they've got parked cars on their side, and so they're obviously going to be using the middle of the road. So I'm going to accommodate them by bringing it over. Now, this is funny because a lot of people don't know what the word accommodate means. And I think if my students, or if my pupils or clients or whatever you want to call them were to watch this video, they'll know exactly what I'm on about. Well, the ones who I'm on about, they'd know. Because I'm forever grabbing the wheel and saying, accommodate. Okay, we're turning left at the end, so I'm going to check my mirrors. Signal left from about here. Use my brake. Clutch down about now. In a second, because it seems to be an open junction. Yep. Bring it off my clutch and back on the gas. Now I know there's a car coming now, so I'm going to build up speed quite rapid. Not too rapid, but sensibly. Okay, he's pulling off anyway, so I can ease off the gas slightly. This is enough room so long as I start crawling. So I'm going to get it back into second gear again. I'm going to ease off the clutch, go nice and slow, bring it back over to the left, check my mirror, make sure I'm going past that car. Have a look, yeah, it seems safe. Start overtaking. The roundabout, we're taking third exit right. So I'm going to check my mirrors, signal about here, start using my brake. I'm already in second gear, so I don't need to worry about my clutch and my gears. Although I am ready with the clutch. Nobody seems to be coming, nice and slow. I'm not giving it no gas going around. Check my mirrors, signal left. There's my exit, look into my exit. It seems safe. I'm behind another learner. Check my mirrors. Start building up the speed. Now they're pulling up, can overtake them. There's a car coming. Road's quite wide enough, so I'm gonna leave one door length, check my mirrors, bring it back over again. Now my car's kind of struggling in third now because I went up the hill. I started up the hill at a decent speed, but because of the bloody learners, because of the damn learner, I've ended up going too slow, so my car started struggling. But I've put my foot all the way down on the gas, and that sort of brought my speed back up again now. So should that happen to you, put your foot down on the gas, try getting your speed up. If you don't go down, up, then go down into second gear. I can make out the giveaway at the end. We're going to turn left at the end now. Check my mirrors. Yeah, it seems safe. Giveaway 100 yards. So as I'm getting closer now, I'm easing off the gas. Not all the way, just a little bit, just allowing the car to carry me. So I'm giving it a bit of momentum if I need to. Check my mirrors. I'd start signaling about here. Although I don't need a signal, it's a turn left only. I'm going to give a signal anyway, just because I've given it. Okay, they're turning into this road. I'm going to keep it in second. Continue. Although I could have probably gone up the first now in hindsight. That's okay. It's a 40-mile-an-hour road. Keep an eye on him, he's not going to be pulling in, is he? No. So get my speed up to 40 in a 4th gear. It's just so the engine shuts up. I'm doing 39, 40. If you're doing 39, 38, 37, I'll probably say you're okay to keep it in this lane. Now, if you ended up doing like 33, 32, because of the car ahead of you, then, and only then, when I start overtaking. But if you're doing like 35, 36, you're okay, I think anyway. So, sharp bend, he's going to keep it in his lane. I can see some signs, sharp bend, pedestrian crossing coming up ahead, double slow sign, so I'm going to start using my brake here. Everyone else ahead of me is using their brake. I can tell by their lights, so I know something may possibly be going on ahead. Maybe lights are red, maybe there's a bit of traffic, and there you go, some traffic. So I'm going to keep it on the brake. I'm going to be taking right further up, so I'm going to start planning to move over to the right lane now. So I'm going to check my mirrors. I've got a big gap on my right after this white car, so I'm going to check my mirrors, signal, quick blind spot check, and start bringing it over. Okay, maybe not yet because they've slowed down. And now we'll start bringing it over. There we go. And then I'm going to turn right again here. So check my mirrors, signal right, get it into this lane as early as possible. Turn my signal off because I don't need it anymore. And here we go. Using my brake, clutch down into a rolling first. Now that was a lot there. So I tried coming into the right lane, but the car ahead of us, the Range Rover, was slowing down because obviously there's a couple of cars ahead of him. So you can just maintain position in your lane. If it gets too late to switch over on a test, I'd keep it in the lane that you're in and just go ahead, and the examiner or the sat nav or whatever it is will redirect you. Okay, so there's no harm in going ahead if you feel like it's not safe. Now there's a roundabout coming up. We're going to be taking the second exit. Now, but it is straight ahead of me, but I feel like, okay, probably not. I was thinking about signalling. Actually, I probably would signal because by the time I get there, it's going to be to the right. And you'll see that now. It's to the right. There you go. Just past 12 o'clock. Now, I've kept it in 3rd gear because I was using my brake relatively early. So I was able to control my speed, but I would always recommend going to 2nd if you're unable to. If you don't have a good relationship with the brake, basically. Okay, so it's 20 miles an hour here. So I'm going to keep the speed at 20. Speed up coming up. Ease off the gas. Gently favor the brake. I probably don't need the brake so much here because it's not a very steep or a big climb, so to speak. Another speed up coming up. Again, I can see 20 signs there, 20 signs there. There's a lady crossing that road. We're not turning left, so I don't need to worry too much about her, but I'll keep her in mind just in case she starts to do something funny, as a lot of people tend to do. Nobody's crossing, so I'm going to treat it like the zebra crossing not there. Nobody's anywhere near it. Keeping the speed up at 20. I'm going to be taking the next road coming up now on the right. So I'm going to start checking my mirrors now. Fairly safe. Nobody's around me. Nobody's behind me. Check my mirrors again. Signal right. Now here, I'm going to follow the bend to the left, get it in the 2nd gear and in the 1st because there's a car coming out. I'm following the bend. I'm almost like I'm going toward this side. The reason being is so that I can see what's coming down from the other side of the road, because a lot of people tend to turn on a similar junction to that without actually angling the car to the left before turning right. The danger in that is that you don't see clearly if anyone's coming, and the examiner knows exactly what you're doing. He knows that you've not seen if it's safe or not, so they'll mark it out for that, and they're not going to be very lenient should you do make a little mistake. Now it's becoming 30 up ahead. I can see the sign on the right. I'm going to let him cross my path, and I'm going to start giving it a bit of gas. I'm going to make sure it's safe up here. Okay, I've already committed, so I'm going to keep it here, but I am going to start crawling, so maybe into 2nd gear. Okay, maybe into 1st now. Okay, 2nd it is because they're giving us way. Thank you very much, mate. And there we go. So yeah, I've already committed there, so I'm going to continue going. You know, there's no chance of me reversing back out of there. So I'm going to keep my head clear. I'm not going to worry. I'm just going to keep the wheels straight and speed very, very low. Remember, if you can't leave one door length, slow your goddamn car down. And that's a message to my learners. Yeah. alongside Whiplash, they're also giving me heart attacks. Now I'm coming to the end of the road. I'm going to go straight over the crossroad. You can see the giveaway. And so, check my mirror. Nobody's around me again. It's really quiet today. I'd have liked it to be a bit more busier. Using my brake, clutch all the way down, rolling first. Now this is a tricky junction because you're going uphill. Make sure it's safe. Yep, seems safe. And I'm going to continue ahead. Now it's harder coming down from this side because you can't really see your right hand side. So you've got to be careful. And a lot of people do fail on there because they don't really pay attention to the right, because the right bends away. So they feel like it's safe and they start pulling up, pulling out the junction, and then all of a sudden the examiner slams the brakes because there is a car coming. So you just got to be extra cautious. Check my mirrors. Overtake, leave one door left because there's no one coming this way. I'm going to go right on the roundabout, so check my mirrors again. Signal right into second gear, so clutch down. Using my brake, I'm not worried about the left too much. Seems safe. Off the clutch, start turning, and straighten up. Into third, and into fourth. He had to slam his brakes there. Not good. Okay, further up I can see the roundabout sign. I'm going to be taking first exit now. A lot of controversy on this. Well, not really, but a lot of people tend to argue with me. They say, oh yeah, but we're going straight, why do we need less signal? Because it's your first time exit. Check my mirrors, signal left, look to the right, use my brake, clutch down in a second. I might be able to go after this, is it green or is it blue car? Ease off the clutch, allow the car to continue rolling. There we go. And the reason why I've signalled going straight was because it's my first exit, so it helps other people, other road users know exactly where I'm going. Test centre is just up ahead. I'm not going to go back into it because the other examiner, the other instructor just sitting out the windows. Don't think I'm crazy or stupid. And I'm going to pull up just behind this blue car. So I'm going to check my mirrors. I'm not going to signal just yet. Check my mirrors again, and I'll probably signal about here. Clutch all the way in and just sort of work on my positioning. Yep, I'm happy with that.